Hi, my name is Subhash, and welcome to my podcast. In today's episode, I'm going to talk about three places where I have put my money in correctly, and three places where I regret having put my money on. And if I were to go back in time, I would not spend my money in there, or I would spend that money elsewhere. So let's begin. The first place where I regret having put my money on is getting a pair of Balenciaga sneakers. So these are my trainers. This is Balenciaga Speed. I got them last year for around £800. In so since 22, since when I got it in April or March, I think, and today, almost more than a year, and I haven't worn it even 8 times. I'm being honest here, because don't get me wrong, these are perfectly nice shoes. They are super comfortable to wear also, but the design of the shoes, the way this shoe is styled, it can't be carried with all the clothes. It's hard to carry them with everywhere. The reason I say so is that when I compare it with my Stan Smiths, which are worth £80, I wear them with almost anything. I can wear them on a coffee date. I can wear them under my suit. I can wear them with my traditional Indian wear. I wear them with my denim. So basically, that is like a evergreen shoe to me. On the other hand, the design and the style of this shoe makes it very hard to carry with every cloth that I wear. So it restricts the usability for the shoe with me. Don't get me wrong, I'm not against spending money. I am to a certain degree materialistic person myself, and I do understand that when you start to make money, when you are earning, and you want to get things that you always dreamt of buying. So I mean, I have put money in watches. Like the watch that I'm currently wearing is a Tag Heuer Formula One edition watch. I got them in Hong Kong. If I were to compare it in pounds, it would be around 1600, 1700 pounds. The other watch that I recently bought was Breitling Colt. Again, it's automatic edition watch. I spent around £2500 on this one, but I don't regret having bought these watches, having spent money on these watches, because these are automatic watches. I don't need to do any extra effort in taking care of them. If I do the bare minimum with these watches, they can last a lifetime for me, and I can wear them daily. Like this is more of a casual wear watch, chronograph edition, so I wear it daily, but that's more like a formal. So when I'm going to work or in any formal event, I prefer that. I have a couple of other watches also which I don't regret spending money on. So the point I'm trying to make here is that I'm trying to look for value here for the money that I've spent in. So what value am I deriving from the commodity that I'm buying? So in that aspect, spending £800 on a shoes didn't make sense to me, or doesn't make sense to me. If I were to go back in time, and I would rather spend that money getting 10 10 other pair of sneakers, yeah, so that I can mix and match. I can style with other shoes. I can style with other clothes that I wear, other trousers that I have, but not on one pair of sneakers. So yeah, that's one financial decision, that one place where I have put my money wrongly. One correct and one place where I've put my money, which I'm very happy and proud about, is actually two of it combinedly. One of them is my Kindle. It's paper white, and the other is my headphones. These are Bose Quiet Comfort Noise Cancellation QC35 2. So basically, I got them in 2018 for around 30,000 INR, roughly around £300, and till date they work perfectly well. I mean, of course, the normal wear and tear is acceptable because it has been 5 years since I've been using this, and I have been using this regularly. So this normal wear and tear is expected. But apart from that, it does the job perfectly well. It fits in perfectly well, and uh, when I want to zoom in on work, I just put them on. I put a Hans Zimmer track, and I completely focus on the work, and every other background noise, everything else is blocked away, I think, and it helps me concentrate better. Recently, I was traveling to India, so I had these on the flight, and they did the job of cancelling out the noise perfectly well. So yeah, this is one investment that I'm very proud of. This is one investment that I'm very happy about. looking forward to the next version of this series when it comes out. I probably would get one because these are long lasting equipments and they help me be more productive. And the second one that I mentioned in this one was the Kindle that I have. So I'm a avid reader, I like reading books. So like because I have been traveling a lot, I have been moving cities. I have lived in different cities of India. I have lived in Hong Kong. I came to Warwick. Currently, I'm in London. So it didn't make sense for me or to carry paperback hardcover books. So rather, this gives me the luxury of carrying my library in my backpack. I know there are people who are hardcore lovers of paper and the tactical feel that the paper gives, which I completely understand. The smell of the books, that's amazing, absolutely. But that doesn't mean that you should stop yourself or you should limit yourself from trying something new. From I think that we should make use of the existing technology that we have. I mean, if I look at this, so it gives me the luxury of getting back to the stuff that I've previously read. Like I have connected my Kindle to Readwise account, and every book that I read, so I keep on highlighting it, I keep on marking it, annotating it in a different way. So it's all being synced to my Readwise account, and whenever I want to refer it, I just type in the keywords or the bare minimum that I remember, and it scans and filters out the books and the articles and pages for me, and this is what they find. So it becomes very easy to refer back to something that you have read, to something that you want to refer to. So that makes life very easy, and you don't fear losing books, and the way that it syncs on different devices, you can always pick up from where you left. So I mean, there are multiple benefits of reading on Kindle, and I would suggest that if you haven't tried Kindle before, or any ebook for that matter, try borrowing it from a friend or try getting a second hand book and try to read a book on it for 2 months or 3 months and see it for yourself that if it is worth it. uh, because if you haven't tried any fruit and you already make some opinion about how it would taste like how it is, so that's wrong, that's unfair. So yeah, this is a good investment that I made, and I'm very happy about it. Now coming to the second decision which I regret having made was getting an airline ticket. It was the year 2020, around Christmas time, actually Christmas time, the holiday season, and I was traveling from London to New Delhi. So I bought a return ticket to Delhi, economy class, for £1,800, roughly around that, something a little more, but roughly around that, yeah. So the point is, usually economy class return tickets from London to Delhi would cost you around £600 to £700. The mistakes I did here was that although this holiday was planned for me, I booked the ticket super late. That was a mistake number one. Because if you know that a vacation is planned and that vacation is going to be there for sure, so you should book in tickets. I mean, if there is a degree of uncertainty to it, you might as well book the refundable, cancelable version of it, but you should book it in advance. That's point number A. Point number B was that I straight away went to Air India's website and booked the ticket from there. So it cost me a lot there. That uh, and what happened in my defense is that I had never booked a flight ticket, especially international flight ticket before. I did have experience of booking domestic flight tickets. Of course, it was very easy in India. It was just a simply few clicks on the app and you get it done. But getting a international ticket booked previously, it was done by an agent, and my dad took care of the expenses there. A couple of times, my company I was working for in Hong Kong, they booked for me. So I was fairly new to this whole concept of getting a flight ticket booked, so I didn't know, and I just did what I did when it going into Air India's website and getting the tickets. Whereas now I know that there are platforms like Skyscanner which do the job of filtering out, comparing the prices, and making the best deal for you available. So it's super helpful. And the second thing which works like a magic I got to know about was how to use credit card points in booking a ticket. I know people who have booked in two return tickets in a year or more, sometimes some of them even more, just via their credit card points. So if you can use your credit card points very effectively, you can get a discount on the flight tickets, or you can get the whole ticket for free, basically. So yeah, recently I learned from that mistake when I booked the ticket last when I went to India this earlier this year. Was then I got a good deal because I used a Skyscanner, and then I converted my credit card points into some points, mileage points, to get the ticket's price cut down. So yeah, this is one thing I learned the hard way, and this is one mistake I did, and I would advise anyone watching this video that yeah, be very cautious when you're booking flight tickets, because there's lot that you can save on those tickets. Now, coming to one decision that I'm very happy about is getting a YouTube subscription. So my Google account is, and one of the Google accounts is an Indian account. So my Google subscription is basically being charged in INR. So I have a monthly subscription that costs me around 1.5 pounds per month, and the amount of value that I get from that YouTube subscription is enormous. Basically, what happens in YouTube Premium is that you get access to YouTube Music, and you get ad-free version of YouTube. And the third and the most important one is that you can access YouTube with your screen turned off. So basically, you don't need any other musical app or any other podcast or any other thing. Basically, everything is there on YouTube. You just listen to them with your screen turned off. You have a walk, and that's playing in the background. You are in the gym hitting your benches, and the music is playing in the background. So it works like a charm. But of course, the audio quality is not as good as it's on Spotify or Apple Music, but basically that it gets the job done. So the point I'm trying to make is that the amount of value, the number of lectures that I have heard on YouTube, when I'm on tube, when I'm traveling, when I'm walking, the amount of podcasts that I've listened to when I am on my way or doing something is enormous, because I can keep my screen off and still the video keeps on playing in the background, just like a audio file. So the amount of value I get in that 1.5 pounds is enormous, and that is something I would like to keep. And so yeah, this is by far the best subscription that I have in my list of subscriptions. The most valuable and productive subscription that I have is YouTube Premium. So I would recommend, if you haven't tried YouTube Premium before, you should get a subscription of it. It is totally worth it. Now, coming to the third and the last decision that I took, which I think I regret or I could have done it better, was getting a company registered. As I have mentioned that I freelance under the name of Not a Square. So Not a Square is basically a company that is registered in Hong Kong. While I was in Hong Kong, I got it registered as a limited company. Uh, Nothing wrong in having a company registered, of course, but the process of getting the company registered cost me good amount of money. And back then I was a student, a fresh grad actually, starting off my career. So I spent 50,000 Hong Kong dollars, roughly around 5,000 pounds, to maintain the minimum balance required for the bank account. And the whole process of setting up the company, getting an office, getting a company secretary, getting a bank, and getting the paperwork done with the government, it cost me somewhere around 10,000 to 12,000 Hong Kong dollars, around 1,200 pounds. So that's roughly 6,200 upfront pounds upfront that I spent on the bank, on the company's creation. I mean, you can say that that 5,000 amount is not spent, it's there, but that's lying idle in the bank account. That is my money, but that is lying idle in the bank account. I can't touch that. That's the minimum balance that is required there. So if I were to think about it now, I would have put that money into business. I would have put that money into investment that would have generated more value for that money. The reason I say so, and also not to forget that on top of that, there are annual charges to it, like getting the renewal done for the company, getting the office address renewed, getting the secretary renewed. All those things have annual charges as well. So they kind of add up. The reason I'm saying so it was not a wise decision was that, number A, of course, I could have got that money moving, and number B is that the clients that I had, the people that I was working with, were like informal clients or semi-formal references or friends of friends, something like that. So the business idea didn't have to be super structured. With just a good portfolio, a website, I should have been good to go. But spending this money was not feasible then. It doesn't make any sense to me when I think about it now. I mean, other way to look at it is that people could think that if you have a structure in place, it could keep you more motivated. It could help you be more focused on the work. That's okay. That's a fair point there. But I think there are better ways to be motivated or focused at what you do than having this whole company place registered. And because now getting a company is easy, okay, but then if you want to delist it some for some reason, it's tough because there's checks and balances that goes in place to making sure that you don't have any credit, you don't have any dues. So it's a tough process, basically not worth the hassle that I would think if I were to think now. So yeah, when you're starting a business, when you're starting your entrepreneurial journey, make sure you get the fundamentals and basics right. These all things could build up as we go along the journey. These all things should not be the starting or initial point of your journey. And the last place where I felt that I put my money very wisely was my glasses. The glasses that I have, they are normal frames, but the glasses are photochromic lenses. Uh, and the benefit of having a photochromic lens is that it darkens when you encounter sunlight. So it turns into a sunglass when you're in the sun. And the benefit of that is number A, you don't have to carry two glasses or a pair of sunglasses and a pair of your normal eyewear with you. And the second is that there are situations where you're not prepared for it. Like for example, in Jan 23, uh, I had my graduation ceremony, and the prediction was supposed to be it was going to be a windy day, cloudy day, but somehow sun came up, and in group photos and in all the photos that we took that day, my friends have their eyes squinting, and I'm there standing comfortably because my glasses automatically converted into a sunglass, and I didn't worry about the sun coming on my eyes. So these are these moments that make it worthy of spending that money, and it's not more, it's slightly more than the usual lenses that you'll get, but getting a photochromic lens is worth it. If you are someone who wear glasses and if you haven't already tried having photochromic lenses, I would recommend that definitely put your money in there. It is totally worth it. And yeah, so these are three places where I think that I've put the money wisely, and three places where I haven't put it the money so wisely. And if I were to do it, I would do it again. Let me know in the comment section that what you think were your good mistakes, what were good decisions or your mistakes, and what you think you would have done differently. And yeah, let's grow. Thank you. Peace.